This is Brendan from the Kiteboarding magazine. I'm here at AWSI with Mike Raper. We're going to go over your entire foil line. We're going to start with boards and then talk about wings. Yeah, but go ahead and give us the boards.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so super excited to introduce you to our new range. 3 different boards. We call this one the kind of the Fiji go-to board. We're calling it the Chase, and we're able to go out and adventure. It's a board that you can use for prone surfing. It's a board that you can use for foiling, just normal backwards and forwards kite foiling, and you can also use it for just riding waves. So take the foil off, and it's a board that you want to take to Fiji. That's definitely the go. You'll notice it has the inserts on the board, but on the base of the board it also has a position for the foil to be attached, heavily reinforced, but the bolts don't go all the way through the board, so it's just an M8 connection, which gives you a nice solid connection to the board, which keeps it nice and clean. Some boards have the holes running all the way through, but you get the water going up your butt, which kind of drives you a bit nuts, so definitely works well. Same dual density EVA pads that we have on our surfboards, with the same future-like construction as the surfboard range, so it means you've got a really nice lightweight but yet strong construction. The second board in the range is our Sense, and this is definitely very much your go-to board. It's got the same really nice grip pattern that we had on the surfboards, but more importantly, again, same situation on the tails, that you haven't got the water running all the way through the board. Very easy to use, what we call roll to ride. So it sits in the water, and just as you stand up with the board, it just slowly rolls up, and you roll up on top of the board. Inserts on the top, easy, great for wakeboarding, foil, wake foiling, kite foiling, works with all of our wings.
So ideal person for this?
If you're coming into the sport first time, but you're not going to grow out of it. It's not a beginner board, but it's definitely very much intermediate board. Great to sort of take your first steps into foiling.
Something you always keep in your car. Yeah.
And it's strong, it's durable, because it's got the ABS rails. It makes such a big difference. And people, they quite often they throw the boards around, they bang them, they crash and smash them. It doesn't work well. So this one is our Scoop. You can see with the rocker, that's why we call it the Scoop. It's a volume board. It's coming in at 120. Has a track system on the base, so you're able to adjust your foil, moving it forward and back, so you really fine-tune your positioning of your foil. Has a lovely scoop in the deck, so it feels like you're closer and more connected to the foil the lower you get into the board. Still has a kicker, so you can still ride it without straps, but also works well with the straps. You notice the material on the straps is that same knit flex material that we have on the binding. It's the same material of the inside of the Mystic harnesses, so it works really well for, there's no seam, there's no stitching on the side, just really super comfy. Ask everyone to have a go.
Tons of rocker for...
Lots of rocker. Yeah. So it's what we call touchdown recovery, which means just, when you kind of you drop off the plane or you hit the wave or something and it just scoops back up. There's a video of Jesse on our website just constantly touching down on the board.
You get a nice, short, highly responsive board, but you also get that recovery.
There's two really important stories we want to tell. First one is Geo Lock, and this is literally the connection of the mast to the base, to the fuselage. This I'll show you in a second, demonstrate how stiff this is, but this is a breakthrough in the industry, and this is we're able to transform the performance of the board all the way through into this construction. The second part is the breach recovery, which means when you crash into the water, you come out of the water, the breach recovery allows you to very quickly put your weight forward and get the foil back into the water without tripping over.
Right. Engages and recreates lift, so you're not...
Long story short is that the front wing is lower than the rear wing, than the stabilizer, which means you actually feel your stabilizer come out of the water before you feel your front wing. So it's kind of almost like a warning. You go, oh, it's out, and you quickly put your weight forward again, sink it down just below the surface, and it stops you. Whereas traditionally, if you've got a rear stabilizer that's lower, your front wing pops out beforehand.
You're done.
Yeah, you're done. Exactly. So we'll move over to these. 3 sizes. We've got the 850 wing. We've got the 1150 wing, and we've got the 1650. So the 850 is very much for free ride, kiteboarding, general conditions. All three wings have very, very low stall speeds, which means compared to a lot of the competitors, when the speed starts to drop and drop and drop, they don't suddenly drop. You don't get that sudden sink. You can really go down to a slow speed. The second big feature of these is that all three are carbon. The construction with the fuselage is aluminium, aircraft grade aluminium. And the masts come in three different sizes: 40, 70, and 85. So 85 for free ride kiteboarding, the 70 for the foil surfing, and we've got the 40 for the school or first time. If anyone want to give it a go in a low, shallow location, they can also try that.
So all modular, just plug and play.
Yeah. So sorry, I forget to mention that. Most important thing is the entire system is modular. That means the same masthead fits on the same mast. It fits. All the rear stabilizers are the same.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it's huge. It means, I don't know if you can see it down here, there's a bag. All of this fits into the sonar bag, so you can have one, what we call edition. The first edition is a sonar edition, which is the 850 with the 85. It's our free ride edition. And then we also offer what we call the surf edition, which is a 70 mast with a 1650 wing. So the 1650 you can use for prone surfing, you can use it for sup foiling. It's great behind the boat if you're doing wake surfing. The 1150, Jesse doesn't like the 1650 as much. He's a smaller rider. He can get away with it, and he's overly talented, but he can get away with the 1150 wing. And the 850 is definitely your go-to general all-round free ride kite. I mentioned before about the stability. I'm just going to pull this off, and just maybe we can get it with the camera. But this has got to be one of the most stable systems on the market. If I put my foot here, in fact, I'm going to hold that for you and you give it a go. Try and rock that side to side as hard as you can. See how stiff that is? It's absolutely incredible, and that is the Geo Lock system. So that translates from the construction, gives you all that performance. We haven't had that before. People haven't realized how an aluminium mast can be stiff, but this Geo Lock is allowing us to use an aluminium mast, which is more durable, and not have to pay that massive premium of carbon, but we're still getting the performance from the Geo Lock.
And I was just going to say, and so if you had someone that was a beginner that was coming to your line, which one of these wings would you suggest throw them out?
Kiting, if you're coming in from a kiting perspective, probably start on the 850. You can go on the 1150 if you're a bigger guy for the 1150. But if you're a small and medium person, you can get away with the 850. The 1650 is very much about surfing and that next level. If you're really starting to maybe not use the kite so much and just get into the foil surfing side of it, and the wake surfing, go for the 1650. The great thing is you can buy the 850 wing, and then you can complement it by upgrading with the 1650, and it works on the same system, and that's the joy of that. All of the parts come with titanium coated stainless, so you don't have any of the corrosion, because we're going between aluminium mast and the aluminium fuselage with the Geo Lock as plastic composite, which means we're not getting any of the anodization that's going on.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah. It's terrible when you're ready to go for a trip and all of a sudden this is glued together and you're stripping stuff and you got to get on a plane.
An hour to get to the airport.
So that's an excellent feature. So awesome. Cool. So if anybody wants more information about the foil line, the boards,
man, just hit us up northkb.com. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, no
appreciate
problem.
it.
Thank you.